Well, forget Somali daycare centers. Another major scam has been revealed in the United States. In Texas, in specific, and possibly the rest of the country, overseas fraudsters are allegedly exploiting something called the H-1B visa, which allows employers in the U.S. to hire and sponsor foreign nationals to fill jobs requiring a bachelor's degree or higher. But all you need to do to get in on this, apparently, is set up a business at a home address. And there are allegations that foreigners are using these home addresses to create fake businesses and fake job postings to bring in their overseas buddies. It's all been exposed by BlazeTV host Sara Gonzales. Have a look at this.
I was wondering, I was just looking for more information on Quibbit's technology.
Can I call cops? I can't call.
Yeah, sure. I would love for the cops to come out here. I just have some questions about the H-1B visa workers that you workers for your company in here. Do they work out of here?
No.
Well, I'm pleased to say that the Blaze TV's Sara Gonzales joins me right now on the program. Sara, welcome to the program. Explain some of this to our viewers here. What is an H-1B visa, and how does this scam work?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on to talk about this very important issue that's happening here in the United States. So the H-1B visa was designed for people from certain other countries to come here to this country if they have a very special set of skills, like say, very, very highly developed, engineers, software engineers, very high tech, elevated senior management people. This was designed specifically for people with that unique skill set because the idea is, hey, we can't find American workers. We need to import these people to fill American jobs at high levels. But what's ended up happening is that this H-1B visa program that was intended for good is now, of course, being abused by people who want to bring their friends, their family, and by people who, in this particular man's case, I worry that he is what they call a body shop. So a body shop are people who act as consulting companies, bring in a bunch of H-1B workers and farm them out and take a portion of their money that they are making. It's a really, really nasty scam. But unfortunately, the fraud that we've uncovered is just the tip of the iceberg. We started finding so much information here in the state of Texas that we decided we've got to do a multi-part expose just going around and exposing all of this potential fraud that is really happening right in front of our eyes, and nobody seems to be paying attention.
And Sara, this whole debate about skilled visas, we have the same thing here in Australia, where people are worried that, you're bringing in migrants to take jobs of local workers. I have heard that these H-1B visas have been devastating to people who, say, have computer science degrees and things of that nature because they keep getting undercut by foreign workers, and corporations absolutely love these things.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because they can get these foreign workers. They think that they can get them at a lower rate. And of course, these workers it's kind of like a new slave that they're importing because they know that these people are beholden to these companies. They want the H-1B. They have to do exactly what is told to them so that they can continue to keep that H-1B. It's a really, really nasty thing that they're doing. I'll give you a few others as well. I was going through a database that listed all of these H-1B jobs that were out there for people to apply to. And I started noticing something very interesting. What I started noticing is that there were a lot of elementary school teachers. There were a lot of middle school math teachers. There were a lot of bilingual teachers. There were a lot of, in fact, I even found one at Texas A&M University for an athletic trainer. I refuse to believe that we don't have Americans that are able to fill these jobs. It's these people that are exploiting the system. They're abusing the system. And as you pointed out, there are a lot of people in computer science that are very upset. We set up an email address for people to send tips to, and we started receiving a flood of tips that were coming into our email address, and people were saying the same story time and time again. I'm a computer software programmer, and I found myself without work because there was an Indian in management who came over and brought over all of their Indian friends, and they refused to hire anyone else who was not Indian or came from India. I received time and time again, story after story after story. It's a huge problem in this country, and I have to wonder what the folks over at the center, the USCIS for Immigration Services, I have to wonder what they're doing.
Well, I mean, Sara, it sounds like, to break it down, to put it quite simply, it sounds like everybody is getting a cut in this program except the American worker who winds up getting the shaft.
Yes. Yes, you're exactly right. You're absolutely exactly right. And as much as I support President Trump and his second term, and as much as I am so grateful to God that we are blessed with another term of President Trump, we need answers on this. We need a federal government that will take control of this. Many people who are outside this country see what's happening with illegal immigration and they think, oh, well, they're taking care of it. They're taking care of the immigration problem. We don't have just an illegal immigration problem. We have a legal immigration problem. It has been heavily exploited and it has been changing our communities, not for the better. So there is still a lot of work that needs to be done in rooting out all of these fraudulent visas and all of these fraudulent jobs and getting rid of them.